K Nation. Sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Coming up on K Nation, K-State's defense led the Cats to a statement win Saturday over TCU. We've got the highlights along with post-game thoughts from Coach Kleiman and players coming up.
And the Kansas Jayhawks fall 4-3 after a tough loss to one of the top 10 teams in the country. We're going to hear from Lance Leipold and the team in just a little bit.
Plus, we've got exclusive one-on-one interviews with KU Volleyball's Matt Ulmer and K-State Volleyball's Shaylee Myers that you won't want to miss. Welcome into K-Nation. I'm Sydney Clark alongside David George tonight.
Yeah, filling in for Cole Emplet. And tonight we've got highlights from soccer and volleyball and then 2 exclusive interviews to get to.
But first, we've got a big win to break down in Manhattan, David. The Wildcats looking to bounce back from a tough loss to Baylor last week. They've got the energy of a home crowd behind them at the Bill. It was a scoreless first quarter, but TCU would grab the game's first touchdown in the second. Then Avery Johnson finds a wide open Garrick Oakley for 32 yards for the Cats' first score of the game. We're tied at 7. Now, next drive for the Horned Frogs, Josh Hoover with the backwards pass to Ed Smalls, and it's fumbled. Wesley Fair picks it up for 6, and K-State takes the lead 14-7. Now into the third, Hoover throws an interception. Desmond Purnell takes that one for 25 yards back to the house. I was in a great spot for this one. That pick 6 puts the Cats up 21-7. Purnell had 2 interceptions on the day for K-State. And the next drive, the Cats stay on the gas as Johnson finds Oakley again, this time for 17 yards to make it 28-7. And to start off the fourth, Johnson finds Jaron Bradley for 12 to make it 35-14. TCU would score 2 more touchdowns, but it wasn't enough to the Cats get a statement victory at home 41-28. Here's Chris Kleiman.
I thought we played well in all 3 phases at times, and there's always going to be things that we've got to get better at and work at. But we came out with energy, with urgency. We came out with physicality. And did some really good things. And we let the first quarter slip where we had some opportunities and we didn't capitalize. And to have the resolve after they score to go right down the field and tie it, and then the big play that we get with Wesley on the touchdown, obviously was a big lift for us.
Now, a huge part of the Wildcats' win was defense, and it didn't just help K-State take the lead, but it was pretty much domination. In fact, Desmond Purnell had 2 interceptions on the day. The one that he returned 25 yards for a TD. That's where he comes right up and says, "Hey, Sydney, thanks for shooting that one." And that helps K-State build that lead now. The second was in the fourth quarter, which resulted in a K-State field goal on the following drive. And then earlier in the second, Wesley Fair, he makes the heads-up play on a fumble backward pass from Josh Hoover. Hoover getting a lot of talk before the game, but didn't play up to the billing, I don't think. And that gave K-State the first lead of the day. And here's sophomore safety on that play and Desmond Purnell.
Man, it's fun, first of all. And obviously you take a lot of pride in that. On the sideline, you're celebrating. Obviously throughout the week you make a lot of plays, so you just take pride in being able to change the game on the defensive side as well. Des, man, he's a player. He's a dog. So he just plays fast. That's one thing about Des. He plays fast and physical. And today the ball was just he was where he needed to be to make plays, and I credit all to him and his hard work.
Well, it was kind of stiff arm there that he gave Hoover, too. And while the defense did steal the show, one offensive pairing also had quite an impact, and that's Avery Johnson and Garrett Oakley. Avery Johnson really playing much, much better.
They were the duo yesterday, for sure.
All right, they connected 4 times on the day for 71 yards, 2 of those receptions resulting in touchdowns. Johnson 16 for 26 on the day with 198 yards and 3 TDs, and then Oakley's 32 and 17-yard touchdown reception gave the tight end his 10th and 11th TDs with the Cats, and that is the most career touchdown catches by any tight end in K-State history. Here's Avery Johnson postgame.
Oaks played a great game today, and I pulled him aside and we just talked, and we were like, man, we just got to have some fun. And I think a lot of times earlier in the year, I didn't give him as much credit as he deserves whenever he has one-on-one matchups. For him being able to win and be physical at the top of routes and get out of breaks, he's been open all year, but just these past few weeks I've trusted him a lot more, and he's holding up his end of it. So really just giving him a chance on balls, and he's done a great job with that.
Quite a day for that duo there yesterday. Now we head over to Lubbock, where the Kansas Jayhawks took on the #9 team in the country and Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now the Hawks were down a lot early in that first half. It's 21-0 here in the second when Jalen Daniels finds LaShawn Williams for 10 yards to get on the board, 21-7. Now Texas Tech starting QB Baron Morton left the game with a reported leg injury, and backup Will Heyman throws this interception to Taylor Davis to give the Hawks possession again. That drive results in a 24-yard touchdown from Bowden Groen, 21-14 Tech. Now a 55-yard field goal from Lajon Martin at the end of the second would be the last points KU gets on the board in this one, as Tech goes on to get the dominant win, 42-17.
Got to trust technique at times. There's ways we're getting beat. We tried to help at certain times with chipping and things. There's a lot of things we got to look at, from the player technique-wise, but also schematically, what else we're calling, what else we can do to try to do it. I mean, we went to some short passing game stuff, but they're just really short gains, and we got to do more and be able to get the ball down the field more.
Yeah, I think everybody going in on this one thought it was going to be pretty tough for the Jayhawks. I mean, tough place to play against a really good team, but Jalen Daniels still 27 for 33 with 228 yards and 2 TDs. And the Red Raiders D-line overpowered. Again, they went big time through the transfer portal and paying a lot of money for those guys. They overpowered the Jayhawks offensive line. Now, Daniels sacked 8 times in last night's matchup, 4 times in each half, and the Hawks allowed 9 sacks in total and managed to grab just 1 on Tech. Now, before last night's game, Kansas had only allowed 5 sacks all season so far. The last time KU allowed 9 sacks in a game was during a 62-9 loss to Oklahoma back in 2020. Daniel says he could have done more to help out the team.
I mean, one of those sacks, I had somebody wide open, number 1 in my progression, and I tried to move on to try to be able to take a shot. End up taking a sack right there, and that's something I have to do better to be able to put my offensive line in a better position. There's just a lot of little plays out there where I'm holding the ball too long, and I need to be able to get it out, be able to get it down to my check down, and be able to continue to keep going from there.
Now, another big struggle, the Hawks, was containing the Texas Tech run game. KU outgained Tech in the air, 245 to 133, but Tech had 372 yards on the ground and Kansas had 74. That's after starting QB Baron Morton exited the game with that injury. Kind of thought that might open it up for the Jayhawks, but Leipold knew that Tech would switch to that run-heavy approach with backup Will Hammond. And running back Cameron Dickey had 263 of Tech's 372 yards rushing, and that's on 21 carries, including the 2 rushing TDs. Here's Taylor Davis and Lance Leipold on trying to defend the run game.
15 came in. He's a really good scrambler, so we had to be more attentive on how to keep him in the pocket and how to do that.
We knew they'd shown that before when he played, I think, against Houston and a few of the other games that he's appeared in their blowout wins, is that they get in and they use him as a runner, and he does a good job. So we were. It didn't catch us by surprise. I guess that's what you're saying. Obviously I wish sometimes we'd have defended it better, but we knew that would be part of their plan when he was in the game.
Stick with us. We're just getting started. Coming up on K-Nation, K-State soccer grabs a conference win down in Oklahoma. We've got all the stats from the Big 12 dub coming up.
But first, KU volleyball grabbing 2 conference wins at Horse last week, and we're going to break down the victories right after this quick timeout.
It's the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. And that means 30% off the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice plush. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or score 60 months no interest and free shipping. The 30th anniversary sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Check out Miller Hyundai's Wicked Low Sales Event. Lease a 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe SC for only $379 a month. 2026 Hyundai Palisade SEL, $409 a month. 2025 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid and Tucson's only 1.99%. Only at Miller Hyundai.
Hey, howdy ho, neighbor! Request to locate, huh? I think I know what I'm doing. I'll be done before you could spell 811.
Digging without locating the underground utilities is like driving with your eyes closed.
It's fine! Jeff, what did you do? I think I broke the law!
Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time. Click or call Kansas 811.
In 1995, a cool idea burst forth, the Blind Tiger Brewery and Restaurant, and the beer is world class. And the city eats our steak, pasta, seafood, and barbecue. 30 years of brewing, grilling, and chilling. Blind Tiger Brewery and Restaurant.
Our sales force are very good at trying to work and listen to the customers. We try to talk about 2 ears and 1 mouth, listen to what the customer wants, and then give them what they're looking for. Learn more about the beauty, affordability, and reliability of Pella windows and doors.
When you've been in the senior major leagues as long as we have, injuries are bound to happen.
Ow, my arm.
Here at McCry Plaza, getting you back in the game is our top priority.
Hey, put me in, Coach.
So the next time you find yourself on the injured list, think of McCry Plaza for your rehab needs.
It's the 30th anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. And that means 30% off the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or score 60 months no interest and free shipping. The 30th anniversary sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Welcome back into K-Nation. I'm Sydney Clark, joined by David George tonight, filling in for Cole Implett. We're going to take things to the court now, where K-State volleyball fell in 5 sets. The Iowa State Cyclones on Wednesday, but bounced back in a big way on Friday. K-State swept Texas Tech 25-15, 25-14, and 25-19 in the Morgan Family Arena. Anaya Clinton had 13 kills, Ava LeGrand 34 assists, and Shaylee Myers racked up 16 kills. We'll hear from Shaylee in just a little bit in her exclusive one-on-one with Cole Implett.
All right, the number 15 Kansas Jayhawks, they were also successful on the court with victories over 2 Big 12 opponents last week. So the Hawks swept Texas Tech Red Raiders on Friday, winning set 1 25-12, set 2 25-16, and set 3 25-18. Then on Friday, KU defeated Iowa State 3-1, winning in that second, third, and fourth sets. And against the Cyclones, it's all about Ryan Swanson with 20 kills. Ryan White recorded 22 digs, and Katie Dalton had 55 assists.
And K-State soccer picked up its first conference win of the season on Friday while out on the road in Stillwater to take on the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. OSU Sonder Day Finn scored the match's first goal just 3.5 minutes into the game, but in the second half, Hannah Palmer scores not once, but twice. Once in a via corner kick to give K-State the 2-1 win. The Cats improved to 6-4-3 on the season and 1-3-2 on the season, and the team will get some much-needed rest before taking on Cincinnati from Boozer Family Park next Thursday.
All right, just like Kansas volleyball, Kansas soccer grabbed a 3-1 win over the Iowa State Cyclones. That game on Friday, Iowa State's Megan Walters opened up the scoring a little over 16 minutes into the game to take that early lead. And then about 9 minutes later, the Jayhawks' Kate Langfelder, she scored an assist from last week's K-Nation interviewee, Livy Moore. And then that game would go into the half at a 1-1 draw. And that's before Jillian Gregorski scored with an assist from Langfelder. And then Amika Kawagishi, well, she would slam the door shut on the Cyclones, giving Kansas its third Big 12 win of the season. The Hawks will take on West Virginia from Rock Chalk Park on Thursday. Make plans to attend.
And K-State women's golf participated in the OU Intercollegiate last week in Hutchinson, Kansas. As a team, the Wildcats tied for second with Eastern Michigan in the 14-team field, sitting at 20 over par. Senior Noah Van Beek finished tied for fourth at 4 over par.
Wow, still playing golf. Here it is mid-October, of course, and the KU women's golf team was successful at the Maryland Smith Sunflower Invitational, and that's just down the road in Lawrence, finishing in first place at 3 over par. And Evan Norstedt, well, she won the individual competition at 6 under par. Now, coming up after the break on K-Nation, 27 Sports Director Cole Implett sat down with an exclusive one-on-one with K-State volleyball star Shaylee Myers. That and more coming up.
Cloud County is your home away from home. Through hands-on learning, small class sizes, and affordable tuition, you can develop your unique talents with support from our caring faculty and staff. Join our family and be Cloud proud.
Together with Washburn University, we are proud to be back with another year of Everything Woman.
A 27 new series highlighting extraordinary women in our communities.
Like a woman starting a business to celebrate people of all abilities.
Or a woman dedicated to serving children for more than 30 years.
Or a woman operating her own electrical business.
Everyday women with their own unique stories.
To nominate someone, go to ksnt.com and click on Everything Woman.
Sponsored by Sharp Honda, Topeka ER and Hospital, and Washburn University.
Ready to blitz your home improvement projects? At Messler Roofing, Siding, and Windows, we are here to help you tackle your home upgrades. Call us today and get started on your winning game plan.
For over 38 years, our law firm has called Kansas home. If your child has suffered a birth injury, you need an experienced team on your side. Contact us today for a free consultation and let Prochaska Howell Prochaska be your birth injury team.
As the #1 volume Ford dealer group in Kansas, Noller Ford is committed to unbeatable deals. Bring us any competitor's offer and we'll top it by $500. That's right, $500. Experience volume pricing and personalized service today at Noller Ford.
Midwest Concrete Materials, a fourth-generation family-owned company proudly serving Northeast Kansas. Built on a reputation of quality and service since 1927. We're growing fast and hiring. Whether you're experienced or just getting started, apply today at mcm.work.
On the next Fox 43 AM Live, learn all about the All Hallows Festival just around the corner. Plus, we'll visit with Boyette's Heating and Cooling as we welcome the fall season. Join us Monday morning at 9.
Welcome back to this edition of K-Nation. I'm David George with Sydney Clark. Now, earlier this week, 27 Sports Director Cole Emplet got a chance to catch up with K-State Volleyball's Shaylee Myers on what has already been a record-breaking season for the senior. Here's that exclusive one-on-one.
Good team success so far this season, individual success as well. Last week, breaking some records. Obviously, it's a team game. You want to credit the team as much as possible, but 34 kills in a match. I mean, when you see that on the stat sheet, you're like, huh, did you feel like you got 34 kills? Like, where was your head at in that moment?
No, I did not feel like I had 34 kills. I really don't think, keep track of it during the game just because I'm focused on, next point, how can we be better? But, yeah, I mean, they called me over for an interview after, and he said, you got 34 kills. I was like, wait. I literally said, are you serious? I didn't know that. And then Coach Jason, when we got into the locker room, told me that it was a school record. And, yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of myself. That I feel like I've been putting in the work to get that. And, I know you said it, but huge credit to my teammates. I literally could not do any of it without them, especially Ava LeGrand, my setter. She's just doing fantastic, and I'm really proud of her, too.
For sure, and crediting your teammates for credit's due. When you're in the moment like that, I mean, obviously, like you said, you didn't realize you had 34 kills till the end, but did you feel like you're all right, I'm in the zone right now? Can you feel that as an athlete when you know you're on your game?
Yeah, you definitely can. I feel like they might refer to it as a hot hand, set the hot hand, something like that, but I think we were really balanced that game. We were just trying to get everybody the ball, but yeah, I could tell, it was successful, I guess, and yeah, felt really good in the moment and definitely after, but yeah.
Midway through the season, I would say midway through conference play so far, where do you feel like your team is at and needs to be the rest of the stretch going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're at a good place, but there's for sure room for improvement. I mean, last night was a tough match, tough loss kind of, and I think we all felt that a lot, so really it only gives us motivation. How can we be better? I mean, we're going into practice today, new mindset, new day. We have a new competitor tomorrow that's going to be just as good, great team, but we have a lot to work on. I mean, not even necessarily skill-wise, just how can we lean on each other? How can we do it together? What do we need from each other? And really focusing on that here now, I think.
Definitely, and being one of the leaders, the senior leaders on this team, what have you seen the growth from, I guess, the upperclassmen from last season's squad into this year?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have any transfers out or in, which I think 100% helps us. We already had kind of that edge on people. We know each other on the court, off the court, so that's super helpful. But, I mean, the growth you said, everybody's growing so much. We're consistently getting better, even if it's little things that seem small, it's not small. We're doing great, and we put the work in, though. We're in here all the time. We pretty much live here, I feel like, but it's really fun because we all get to be together. But even from leadership standpoint, I'm seeing new girls, take a step up in their leadership, and that helps the whole team around, too.
How awesome is it to be able to play in front of the crowd, but obviously for your senior season as well, being able to pack it and just – does it feel like time is starting to go a little faster now and you're like, all right, slow down a little bit, please?
Definitely, it's kind of in the back of my head, I'm sure, along with the seniors and other people's too, but it's just so special to be here, and it is going to be sad seeing it end, but we still have time and we're going to use every moment we have of it, so it feels like home to me. It's a second home at least. I mean, I love it here. I love Manhattan. I have a good time whenever I'm here, but I think it's just so special too because of the people here, the community. People talk about it all the time, but it's really different actually, and you don't really understand it until you're here. And especially with these girls, in the summer, we'll be texting each other I miss you. When are you guys coming back to town? And that's just really special and not something that everybody has. But yeah, I love Manhattan. It's gonna be kind of weird to leave at some point, but yeah. Like, I believe in these girls so much. I think every person on the team would say the same thing about each other. Like, I believe in you, whether it's a freshman or a fifth year. Like, we've got each other's backs.
Coming up after the break on K-Nation, my exclusive one-on-one interview with KU Volleyball's first-year head coach, Matt Ulmer. Stick with us.
They were very easy to work with. I knew they would be the people we would want to use. In fact, we did not even get other bids. We were so pleased with the product and the customer service that Denali provided that we just stayed with them throughout.
Ready to trade up? At Flint Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're giving you up to $5,000 over KBB value for any qualified trade-in. With over 500 vehicles available, your perfect ride is waiting right here at 3100 Anderson Avenue in Manhattan. Don't settle for less. Elevate your car buying experience today at Flint Hills CDJR.
When people hear how much Devon James has won for our clients, their reactions are priceless.
Check this out.
What? Is that for real? That's a game changer.
Man, that's awesome.
Whoa, that's amazing.
You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa, Devon James wins.
Let me see that again.
If you've been injured in a car accident,
find out how much Devon James can win for you. Devon James wins. Call 888-8888.
I grew up in Miami, Florida, and I've always been drawn to the stories that shape people's lives. I moved to Topeka to chase my dream of becoming a political journalist, starting from the ground up at the Capitol and working my way into the anchor chair. What got me into news was a deep desire to understand people and what challenges they face. I want to be the kind of journalist who listens first and reports with heart and integrity. For me, it's not just about breaking news. It's about building trust and telling the truth. Because at the end of the day, these stories are about real people, and I'm honored to share them with you on 27 News, working for you.
It's the one and only Tony Roberts! When do you feel like you finally made it to where you were like, oh, that's success?
I mean, the first time someone gave me a paycheck, I was like, that is...
Monday at 3 on 27 KSNT.
Welcome back to K-Nation. I'm Sydney Clark alongside David George. Check out my exclusive one-on-one interview with first-year KU volleyball head coach Matt Ulmer. The season's kicked off already, kind of not halfway through yet, but how's it going season-wise, and just how's the squad looking so far?
Man, match-wise, we're over halfway through
because
we played so many matches in our non-conference in that short period of time. I feel like we're growing. I feel like we're learning. I feel like we are starting to, see some things we do well, and we're making improvements in the areas that we'd like to get better at. But it's a great group. I really think they're giving their best effort. I think we'll have the second toughest schedule in the country when it's all said and done, so we've really pushed ourselves. But, again, I think we've figured out a lot of things about ourselves, and I think they're getting a taste for, what it is to be good and have a high level, and I really think they're giving their best effort.
And how important is it having kind of that tough schedule also in non-con, but once you, pick up into Big 12 play just for postseason purposes as well?
Yeah, I think the hope is that when you get into conference play, nothing's new. That's something that I would like to have accomplished in our non-conference, and so I feel like we put ourselves in some really tough environments, played some, some of the best teams in the country, pushed ourselves as far as travel goes, and just quick turnaround of matches, so things like that, where that's exactly what we're going to see in the Big 12, and I think the Big 12 is deeper than it's ever been. So many teams that did well in the non-conference and are fighting, so I feel like everybody's pretty close, and it's just going to be a really tough night in, night out Big 12 season.
And you've played some tough road matches, but also kind of have a tough home court here advantage as well. Just what have you experienced getting kind of your first games in Horseshoe?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, the fans are into it. They're not just sitting on their hands. I think it's a real party in Horseshoe. I think that's always my goal with our teams, is that it's an environment that people just really want to engage in. They want to get to know the players. Players want to be a part of the crowd. We just really have that relationship, and I feel that happening even when we've only had 3 home matches. You can already feel that happening, and the buy-in. Giovanna last night had 7 aces and was just serving so well. And when she came out after a run, she got like a standing ovation from the crowd, and I thought that was it was really neat, special. That's not something that happens at a lot of places, that they understood what happened and that it was really great and they appreciated it.
And you've mentioned Giovanna. We obviously have to talk about her having a great start to the season this year. So what have you seen out of her leadership-wise as well?
I think what we're getting now is consistency. You know, I think she's really performing at a high level. I think she's becoming more confident, comfortable in her relationships on the floor and off the court. I think she's enjoying being here. First time in America, you know, is being with this group here. I think she's really enjoying it. You know, but she can do some pretty special things. She's so high and hits the ball so hard and has great range and feel. Her relationship with the setters just keeps getting better. So I just think you're seeing some confidence come out of her. And when she starts smirking, you know, when that smirk comes out, the other side's in trouble because she's sly, that one. So
another intimidating player you have is Reese Patek, obviously on that ABCA Player of the Year watch. So just what have you seen out of her as well?
Reese is a really dominant middle. You know, she can expand the floor because of the way she can run a slide off 1 foot. She's gaining more and more tools in her tool belt, swings, you know, different ways to expose the defense. And she's doing it with more and more power. She's the highest she's ever been as far as vertical goes. I mean, I just feel like same thing, her confidence is really growing and the setters are really learning how to set her. She's able to run it fast and high with a lot of range. And again, that's just a big, big task to handle for the defense. So we're a pretty good passing team, and so we've been able to get her the ball more and more. But, you know, the past week I thought her blocking continually is getting better in her serving. So she's finding more ways to impact, you know, our team and have more success. And again, she's just becoming a more all-around, well-rounded player. And
you've kind of deep dived, obviously, into this fan base now. Just what's so special about Jayhawk Nation here?
Well, I really think it's true passion. You know, it's like people really are invested. They're really paying attention. They want to get to know the players. They want to get to know the team. You know, they're watching everything, and we've had some matches that are hard to find, you know, on stream, and they found it. You know, and they told me how they had to subscribe to this to get to that. They're dedicated. You know, and it's just a consistency thing. You know, they're really paying attention. They really do care, and I think again it's a genuine relationship, and I think that's what you want. And again, I sure hope that our players and our staff, we want to work that much harder because we want to represent them well.
Well, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break and what games to look out for this week.
You can catch a ride to our new 5,000 square foot showroom in Topeka and look at all the spas we have to offer. Come into Swims and Sweeps today for your new spa from Aspen Spas or Enova Spas. We will always beat the spa show on price.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. If you've been hurt, don't get hurt worse by the insurance company.
I had thousands in medical bills, but the insurance company tried to get me to settle for a lot less.
We never settle for less. We got her $100,000.
I was severely injured at someone's house, and the insurance company refused to pay.
We don't take no for an answer. We got her $900,000. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Call me. I've got this.
Hello, football fans, my favorite time of the year. Mitch Holtis here reminding you the leaves are falling, and so are the prices at BriggsAuto.com. Don't let this season pass you by. Get the best value at BriggsAuto.com.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
At Dillon's, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices in every aisle. With quality and savings that add up, Dillon's shoppers never compromise.
And you can add up even more savings with these weekly deals. Right now, USDA Choice boneless beef chuck roasts are only $7.99 a pound. And 12 packs of select sodas are buy two, get two free. Dillon's. Fresh for everyone.
Welcome back into K-Nation. I'm Sydney Clark alongside David George. Really quick before we go, we've got plenty of teams in action this week, but let's look at who's at home for the Hawks. KU volleyball will be at home on Wednesday to take on West Virginia, and softball will host the Nebraska Cornhuskers in 2 scrimmages this Saturday.
And then for the Cats, it's a pretty quiet week with just soccer playing at home on Thursday when they take on the Cincinnati Bearcats, and that game will be at 6:30 p.m.
And now KU and K-State football are both on a bye week ahead of the Sunflower Showdown. So Sunflower Showdown just in 2 weeks. I know fans are excited, and honestly, I'm excited too.
Well, each team gets an extra week to prepare and to rest up a little bit. I think K-State, though, was warming
They're
up.
on a roll.
The bye might set them back just a tad, I think.
Just a little bit, but hopefully Kleiman said yesterday that having that win for the next 2 weeks will kind of help a little bit with their momentum. So thank you for watching K-Nation. Make plans to join us next Sunday and every Sunday after 27 News at 10.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be a part of it. Take care and have a great night.
I know he was excited, and you know the sideline warning is one thing. We can't throw souvenirs into the stands, and Wes knows that.
I think they've enjoyed it. Who knows? Rock Chalk and Beacom.
Yep.
Let's go Beacom, Beacom.